This is Marvin Lee Williams. On January 20th, 2018, a welfare check was done on Marvin's girlfriend, Cassandra Valentine, by the Jacksonville, Florida Police Department. When the police searched her home, they found Cassandra's body lying on her living room floor. The cause of death appeared to be several knife wounds. Because of his history of domestic violence, Marvin was their primary suspect.
All right, Marvin, this is Detective Devereaux.
Go on, man.
As I said earlier, I'm Detective Zella.
Good, man. How are you?
Could somebody please tell me what's going on?
We'll go through all that. But first, we're going to start out. We'll read your rights real quick, and then we'll talk, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any kind of understanding of why you're here today?
No, I don't.
Nothing's happened recently why we would be wanting to talk to you?
No, sir.
Okay.
But now, when I seen the police, I'm on probation.
Mm-hmm. I know that.
That's why when I seen them, I froze, and then I know I can't go back, so I took off.
Okay. Where are you from?
Originally,
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina.
You have a girlfriend here?
Got a fiance.
What's her name?
Her name is Cassandra Hopkins Valentin.
When was the last time you saw Cassandra?
I seen her Sunday.
Okay. Were you guys living together?
Yes, sir.
What's that address? You guys have a phone over there?
She have a cell phone. I have a cell phone.
Okay. What's your cell phone number?
I dropped my phone in water.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't even make a call or
When
call
did you drop
out.
in water?
Monday
Monday evening, Monday morning.
around about 6 o'clock Monday morning.
Okay, early in the morning. Did you work Monday or?
No, I had an appointment. Monday because I couldn't go to work, and I couldn't call my foreman because of my phone. So
Okay. So you didn't work Monday. Did you work Tuesday?
yes, I did.
And then you worked today, of course. That's where you're at today. Who do you work for?
I work for Ferber.
Ferber. What do you guys do there?
Sheet metal.
Sheet metal work.
The detective begins by asking Marvin questions he should have no reason to lie about, and then study his body language as he answers them. Conveniently enough, Marvin claims to have broken his phone 3 days prior, which is right around the time Cassandra would have been killed. This could be Marvin's way of explaining why he doesn't know she is dead.
All right. So you said last time you saw Cassandra, do you call her Sandy or
I call her Sweetie.
Sweetie? Okay. I'm not gonna call her Sweetie. So I'll call her Cassandra for
Well,
you.
see, that's what I call her.
Okay. So you call her Cassandra. Last time you saw her was Sunday night. About what time was that?
Around about, I say around about, 7:30, 8 o'clock. About the last time I seen her, because we had an argument.
Mm-hmm. What was the argument about?
Because the Jags lost the football game. That was the argument was about.
Are one of y'all Jags fans and one not, or?
Well, she's a New England fan,
Oh, okay.
but she pulled for the Jags because it's Jacksonville. She's from Jacksonville. And I'm a 49er fan.
Okay.
So that's what the argument started about. And then she went to reminiscing about the past history that's between us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I just got out of prison for domestic battery on her.
Mm-hmm.
And numerous another time that I had been down here for the same thing. So she was reminiscing about that, and she caught a major attitude, and we arguing back and forth. So I said, you know what, I'm gone. I'll be back about a week or two.
Okay. And where'd you go?
So I went downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I just walked around downtown Sunday night, rest of Sunday. Then I went to the shelter.
What shelter did you go to?
I went to Trinity Shelter Monday. It's a dude there named Devo. He gave me a courtesy and let me stay there Monday night.
Okay, so you stayed there Monday night and then you went to work Tuesday.
And then let me stay there again last night.
Okay. During y'all's argument Sunday night, 7 o'clock, you said 7 p.m., correct?
Some of them, yes.
Okay, somewhere around there. Was there any violence at all? Was she violent towards you?
As soon as I walked, because I was outside smoking before the argument started. But when I came back in, as soon as I walked in, she kind of pushed me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, we started arguing. So I left.
Mm-hmm.
But then as I was leaving, she said, well, I'm going to Miss Mary's house. She went down to the store, got us some alcohol, came back to Miss Mary. I was sitting at the bus station.
So you said she was headed over there, and then where'd you go from there?
I walked around town. I just walked just mad. Like, why we always arguing, this and that and third. So I just stayed at that all night. I couldn't call my phone. Like I said, I couldn't call my foreman.
When's your phone go? When did you drop your phone in the water?
Monday.
Monday morning.
Monday morning.
You said about 6 o'clock. What about before then? Did you call anybody before then?
I tried to call her. I tried to call her before I dropped my phone in the water.
Okay.
I tried to call her. She wouldn't answer the phone.
This is not Marvin's first time dealing with the police. In 2012, Marvin was arrested for domestic violence against Cassandra, but the charges were dropped. In 2013, he was sentenced to 4 years of probation for felony domestic battery and false imprisonment, and again, it was against Cassandra. The detectives know Marvin's claims are lies, and they're about to confront him with the truth.
What I would like to know, okay, I know something bad happened. All right. I mean, I talked to your sister Minnie. I mean, in South Carolina. I got back from South Carolina about 10 o'clock last night. I've talked to your sister here, Lizzie or Angela. I'm not sure which. Do you call her Lizzie or Angela?
I call her Angie.
Okay, Angie. I talked to her locally. I've seen the text message you sent her. I've listened to the voicemail that you left for Minnie. Okay, so I know something bad happened. I know that you weren't downtown all night. Okay, I know that.
Yes, I were downtown.
I can tell everywhere your phone was when you made those calls. Okay, I know you went downtown. I know that the last place your phone hit on a tower was downtown. I know all those answers to all those questions. Okay, what I don't know is I don't know your mindset. Okay, I don't know if you maliciously planned something or something bad happened in the spur of the moment. But you know where I'm coming from, right? I mean, you got to know that I know all this, all right? And I'm giving you an opportunity to be upfront as you can, okay? I know that at points you even contemplated taking your own life, okay? So obviously I know there's some regret there, okay? I know there's some feeling of sorrow, okay? Because I don't think that when you started out Sunday night that you planned on it ending the way it did, okay? I know for sure she was drinking. And yeah, I don't know about you, obviously, because I don't have a way of testing your blood from Sunday night, Monday morning. I don't know if you were drinking and things just went south, but I know things went south, okay? And they went a lot further south than her just pushing you. So the question today is, are you going to be honest? Or are you going to sit here and tell lies? All right? Listen, I went up and talked to Minnie, and he's been praying for you. Minnie's biggest concern was that you were going to either hurt yourself or you were going to force us to hurt you. And I assure her that's not what we want to do, okay? What I wanted to do is happening right now. I want to sit across from the table from you and talk to you, okay? I don't harbor any ill feelings for you. I tell you who I feel sorry for. The sorriest I feel for in all this is your sister Minnie. Okay? She had to listen to that message and worry about you for 2 or 3 days. Okay? And I've called and left her a message, but she doesn't get off work till 3, so she probably hasn't got that message yet.
The detective knows that Marvin is very close to his family, and he's hoping that mentioning them will help get a confession from Marvin. What they haven't told him yet is that they have the voicemail he left his sister, where he confesses to taking Cassandra's life.
So, where are we going to be? Did you make a mistake and things went south?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start over. What happened?
I was drinking. You know, a minute told me not to drink no liquor, cause I can't handle liquor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it enhances my attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So once we started arguing, it's like a rage just came out.
What happened?
First, after the argument, I left. She come out the door. I said, "Where you going?" I'm going to get me some drink. So she went down to Monk Creek Lodge. I followed behind her. She got it. She got her wine. She went over to Miss Mary's house. She said she was going to Miss Mary's house just to chill out with Miss Mary because she called her grandpa. So I tried to call her. I told her, I said, you know what, it's over with. You want to choose drinking over me, this and the third, da da da. But I'm just tripping. I ain't saying that it's over. I'm just
upset.
Yeah, because you know, if I get upset, I'm going to say some stuff. I'm going to say some things and get that out of the way. So when she came home, I finally came home, but she left her key in the door. So I'm like, why is your key in the door? Oh, I left it there for a reason. I said, what's the reason? And then she started the argument back from the previous argument. So what happened was that the argument got heated some more. She went and grabbed the knife. I took it from her. And that was the end of it.
Where were y'all at when she got the knife?
It was in the hallway.
Okay. And when you took it from her, what was she doing?
She was struggling, trying not to give it to me, trying to give it to me. And she was being resistant, and she fell. I fell on top of her.
What point did you get the knife?
When I fell on top of her, because I had grabbed it like this, the handle part from her. So once I grabbed it, she was pulling. So I'm telling her, let it go. So when she done, still got put a little grip to it. I'm stronger than she is.
I mean, obviously, you're a big dude. She's
I'm stronger than she is. So I'm trying to have I'm kind of like having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I loosened up and I said, "You want a knife that bad? You can have it." But I still got the handle part.
Mm-hmm.
When she pulled, she got the blade part towards her. So when she pulled,
Where was she grabbing that on the knife?
She was grabbing like, I got the handle,
mm-hmm.
like one hand, but it's still some more handle there.
Mm-hmm.
So she grabbed that part there. So when
she's grabbing the handle and the blade.
Yeah. So when she slipped, we both fell.
Mm-hmm.
And I landed on top of her with the knife in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Then what happened?
And she was hollering. I'm like, "What you hollering for?" So the knife was in her.
Where at in her?
It was somewhere in her stomach. So I pulled it out. And she was saying, "Baby, I'm dying. Baby, I'm dying." I panicked.
Then what happened?
She said that we're supposed to be getting married in June.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing is, when I pulled the knife out, I panicked so hard and I told her, "Ain't nobody gonna believe this. Ain't nobody gonna believe that you slipped and I fell on top of you."
Mm-hmm. At this point, the wound right here,
Just
right in her stomach,
somewhere in here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, ain't nobody gonna believe this.
Mm-hmm.
First thing they're gonna look at is our history together. The battery.
And you're having this conversation with her at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I went to think about me going back to prison.
Mm-hmm.
I panicked.
And then what happened?
she was like, I'm gonna ask you something. And I'm looking in your face and tell you this. This is what she said to me. Finish me off. I told her no. Said, baby, do it. I'm tired. I want to go home. If you love me, finish me. I was scared. I did what she asked me. That's when I texted my sister.
Marvin claims that what happened to Cassandra was all an accident. The first knife wound may have been an accident, but what about the 4 that followed? Well, according to Marvin, while Cassandra was lying on the floor, instead of asking him to call 911, she asked him to just finish her off. I will say that I've covered hundreds of interrogations, and I'm still surprised by the stupidity of some of these criminals.
Is there anything else? Then you text your sister, you text Minnie.
I left the house.
I'm sorry, you text Lizzie.
I left the house. I went downtown. I text Angie. First, I think I called her. I think I called her, but then I texted her and told her. I said I did something stupid. Wasn't my intentions. I did something stupid.
The detective will now play the voicemail Marvin left for his sister, Minnie.
I love you, Minnie. Please take care of Mom for me. Tell Mom I love her. I know you're disappointed in me. What I'm to tell you, but I just killed Sandy. I can't go back to prison. Love you all. Bye-bye.
That's
Give Kitty a big kiss and a hug from me, okay? Tell her I love her.
That's the message you left Minnie.
Mm-hmm.
When she was laying there after she got stabbed the first time, you had control of the knife, right? At that point, you have the knife in your hand, and she's let loose of it, and that's when she's telling you to finish her.
I had pulled the knife out of the stomach.
What was she doing with her hands at that point? She just like relaxed, or
once I pulled the knife out, she covered the wound. I said, baby, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
I said, baby, let me get some ice or something to put on it to slow the bleeding down.
Mm-hmm.
She said no. She said she was tired. She was ready to go home with her grandmother and her son.
Were you standing up at that point, or were you?
I was kneeling on one knee.
One knee, and then she was on her kind of side to and back. I mean, obviously at that point, you're in fear of going to jail, correct? And that's why. And then she's saying to finish her. I mean, do you think at that point there was a better decision to be made? I mean, do you think stand up and call 911?
You know, detective, I've been on a long road with her.
Yes, sir.
I loved her.
Mm-hmm.
I fought so hard to get back with her while where we was at.
Yes, sir.
So do you really think that I wanted to do that? And I'm sitting here looking at you dead in your eyes. Do you really think that I wanted to do that?
To her?
Yes.
No. No, I think you got upset and something bad happened.
She begged me, sir. She begged me to do this.
She begged you to kill her.
Because she was tired. After that knife went in her, she was tired.
I mean, do you think that? Do you still think, like, we're sitting here right now today, do you think that was the right decision?
No, it wasn't the right decision.
That's what I was asking.
It was not the right decision.
I mean, do you think the right decision would have been to call 911 for to get her some attention for the stab wound? I mean, obviously you would have had to deal with what you got to deal with anyways, but we're still sitting here dealing with that.
I was still been sitting right here.
Yeah. She probably would have lived from the first wound.
I'd have been sitting right here having the same conversation with you.
But she would have been alive. And that's what I mean. I mean, there were some better decisions to be made. She had no defensive wounds on her hands. She had no cuts on her hands.
I know she didn't.
Cassandra had no defensive wounds on her hands, which contradicts Marvin's story. Marvin claimed that Cassandra was pulling on the blade side of the knife, which means she would have had lacerations on her hands. Regardless of the defensive wounds, Marvin still took Cassandra's life after he had full control of the knife, so even if she did ask him to finish her off, this is still considered murder.
And that's why I'm a little skeptical about the part where she's grabbing. You got the handle in your hand, and she's grabbing. I have never seen anyone get stabbed where they grabbed a blade and didn't get their hand cut. So I'm asking you, man to man, and
And I'm telling you, man to man.
Did she? Because obviously you understand that.
Yes, I do.
That she had the knife at first. If all this is true, she had the knife at first. You were obviously a big guy. You were able to take that knife from her, and during that struggle, she gets stabbed. Okay, but then you have control of the knife. At that point, you're not in fear for your life anymore. You're in fear of getting in trouble, and you're in fear about what happened, but you're not in fear for your life. So there's no self-defense at that point, correct?
After that, it wasn't.
Yeah, after the first stab wound, there's no self-defense. Everything you did after that's a whole separate. You could have stopped right there, called 911, and she probably lives. Okay.
Yeah,
but she told you that stuff, and you did it. So whether she had the knife at the beginning or not doesn't change the fact about charges and things like that. So that's why I want to make sure all of that part's true. Okay? Did she have the knife first? Did you really wrestle it from her? Or did it happen a different way?
She had the knife first.
Okay. And everything you told me today is 100% correct.
Yes, sir.
She tried to grab it from the top. Somehow she doesn't get cut other than the stab here.
Listen, this is a knife.
Mm-hmm.
She got the knife. When I wrestled it from her, I got this much of the handle.
Okay, so there's like this much handle left. There's more handle left.
Yeah,
so she has more of the handle than the blade.
She had more of a handle than some parts of the blade.
Okay.
When she pulled, she lost her slipping.
Mm-hmm. Both of you are standing up at this point.
Yeah, because she been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
She lost her balance,
mm-hmm.
and I fell with her. The blade pointed like this. I'm
mm-hmm.
235, 240. I landed on top of it like this.
What do you think, if you were on the outside looking at this, what do you think should happen to you?
What I think should happen to me?
Mm-hmm.
I should join.
I know you made some threats about that, but I mean, if you were, do you think, I mean, obviously you think what you did was wrong, correct? It was not the right thing to do.
Yeah, she's the love of my life.
Yeah.
Marvin was charged with first-degree murder, and he is currently sitting in jail awaiting trial. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this case. Do you believe it was all an accident, and Marvin only did what Cassandra asked him to do, or is he just a cold-blooded killer?